welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and in this unboxing video, we're going to be checking out Sleeping Gods from Ryan Laukat and Red Raven Games. Without further ado, this is one I've been anticipating. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the box, find out more about the game, and then we're going to dive in and check out all the components inside. In Sleeping Gods, you're going to explore a massive open world and a game atlas of connecting maps, encounter deadly monsters, mysterious characters, lost ruins, mystical treasures, and a storybook filled with multiple choices and endings. You'll be leveling up your crew members over a 20-hour campaign. It can be played cooperative, it's got flexible play, letting players jump in or out with ease, and stop and save the game at any time. You're going to fight ferocious beasts in a combat system that rewards good planning. You can expect to unlock secrets and discover hidden treasures in a world so large it will take you multiple campaigns to explore. Let's take a look at the very first booklet here that is bound and see what it has inside. Some beautiful artwork inside, and of course, the exploration of your adventure begins. Now, I'm unsure if this is the first booklet you'll be diving into or a future one, but I'll show you a handful of these different pages to get an idea of how widespread this adventure is going to be. Next up, we have the journey log, where you're tracking your ship location as well as your ship health across a number of different areas. Your last ship action, you got your date, your end, your final score, ability cards in hand per player, experience tracking, event deck tracking, all that good stuff. This is a big pad right here, and you're going to go through these as you take on this game. And you can see on the back side of the pad, there is a full map here of the Wandering Sea. Pretty crazy. And some suggested notes up here as well. I don't want to spoil anything else. This is all the written narrative behind the game. And as you can see, it is large. Next up, we have a sheet that's all around achievements, as well as a totem list. You got your unlock cards and endings. So you're going to be doing a lot of tracking on this one. Now, this kind of stuff I love to see, and it doesn't happen enough. But what you have here is basically all the crucial rules and the game flow on one sheet of paper, likely front and back. We'll take a look at the back in a second, but everything's categorized in terms of setting up a new campaign, playing the game, going through your ship actions, events, 2 actions, spending commands, challenges, combat, and then you flip it over. But it's awesome because you can read the rule book, then get to playing and use this as your only reference and not so much the rule book. You may need to reference the rule book at times throughout your journey, but instead having this in front of you is going to answer the majority of those questions, especially through your first play of the game. So that's fantastic to see. You can see they've also gone ahead and put together a quick start guide. So they're telling you right at the very beginning, begin here. Don't dive in anywhere else. Start with this quick start guide, and it'll introduce you to the game step by step without overwhelming you. Let's take a look on the inside of this quick start guide. It's about 12 pages. I'm not going to show every single one, but give you an idea what it looks like inside. So the crew, tokens, cards, and atlas on the left. We got a story here walking you through this introduction scenario, and then of course going to jump you right into some example stories and the storybook, some challenges to go through, and how to deal with some of the cards in the game and work your way through this to help your understanding before you dip your toe in the larger sea of the game. So this one, as I mentioned, is not an overly large quick start guide, which is great. So you should be able to move through this quite quickly. And it even gives you an example, full walkthrough of a turn. You can see all the way through, even using multiple players. But again, if you're playing solo, things will be even more streamlined. I've gone ahead and removed the larger pack that was on top. I'll show you each of these one at a time that was inside of them. So first off, we have a bunch of tokens, things like bombs, sausages, things that you're going to want to eat and also use to help you on your journey. The next thing that was in that giant pile was the Sleeping Gods Dungeon Storybook, another one that likely has quite a bit of spoilers, so I'm not going to dive too deeply into this book. And now we have a couple actual dungeon layouts, which I'll show you. So we have the Coral Temple here, we have the Fishbone Vault, we have the Blood Ruins. And again, the artwork is stellar on these. They look really nice, and the colors are very vibrant. A fortress, we got a crypt here, and on the opposite side, a desert. There is one base inside the game, and it's worth mentioning, it appears the storage solution for this internally in terms of organizing everything is as awesome looking as the rulebook made it seem when we first opened it up. And you can see here we have compartments for what looks to be everything. We also have a whole bunch of included bags to help us with actually organizing things within this. And now we're going to have to go through each and every one of these boxes one at a time. This one's pretty easy to cover. It's an empty box right now, but it's going to house your used quests. Even more baggies for organization. Inside this first box right here, we have a pretty big deck of cards to go through. This red box in the middle is currently empty. After opening up the box in the top left-hand corner, all these components were inside. We got some wooden ones here. We have some coins. These are metal coins, and if I'm not mistaken, these are specific to the Kickstarter editions. We have some other cards here, mini ones, and then some larger size cards, as well as, of course, the ship. Something I forgot to mention is this deck of cards that was actually inside the package with all the dungeon components I already went over. We'll go through these cards as well in a bit. The last box inside the box is actually a magnetically sealed crate, which is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and try to open this up, see what's inside of it. Oh yeah, we definitely were expecting to see a bunch more cards, and this is where they're housed. Next up, we're going to go through the remaining components, which are a bunch of punch boards, but I wanted to show you the inside of the box because there's something to be said for the bottom of the box when there's beautiful artwork inside. That last deck of cards that I just took a look at came from that magnetic box, along with all of the decks of cards you're seeing here on the top of the Sleeping Gods box. These are quests. There's a whole bunch of them, as well as adventures. I am not going to open these up and show them on camera, as I want you to discover these if Sleeping Gods interests you. So hopefully this unboxing video has helped you make an informed decision on whether or not you'd like to pick up Sleeping Gods, or if you find what you're seeing here intriguing. If you're new to the channel, or you've been here for some time and you'd like to explore solo games further together, then definitely look into subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of the community. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.